think about ZPower's innovative pursuits, what has been the driving force behind overcoming challenges?
The driving force for us has been really perseverance and flexibility. Perseverance in the fact that we had strong technical challenges to overcome in order to bring it to market. And then once we had the product, really it was the perseverance to find the right channel partners in order to bring the technology into a market that really wanted and needed this innovation. And so it takes a combination of both technical skills as well as the capability to find the right channel partners to bring innovation to a marketplace.
Okay. And Thomas Edison believed that innovation begins with a concept that is marketable and makes consumers' lives better. How did ZPower go from an idea to a market-ready solution?
So as we looked at the opportunities to apply our new high-energy rechargeable battery technology, we really took a look at all the potential opportunities to apply the technology. And we did a fairly broad and comprehensive look at various markets for rechargeable batteries. And really, as we looked at it, the best opportunity to start with for us was the hearing aid market. And the reason being is the hearing aid market was a market that was one of the few still left where you had a high-end, fairly expensive piece of portable electronics that used disposable batteries. Just imagine our cell phones or laptop batteries, laptops I should say, still using disposable batteries today. And so as we looked at it, it was a good fit between our technology, which is the highest energy, small miniature rechargeable batteries available, and an opportunity in a marketplace that really, really needed and wanted rechargeability because of the fact that they were still throwing away disposable batteries today.
Looking back, were there any changes that you've learned from, or any changes you'd like to make that you would make?
Yeah, as I look at the changes, I wish I'd had some more forward thinking on how the markets would actually turn out. For example, our initial foray into the market was through hearing aid manufacturers. And as we found out about them, they're not necessarily the ones most creative or innovative to adopt new technology at a pace of which we would be to our liking, so to say. So what we did was expand the distribution channel opportunities for us, moving beyond the manufacturers themselves, of which in the hearing aid market there really are only 6 that matter in the world. And we moved to hearing care professionals that actually dispense hearing aids themselves. And what that did was we created excitement and buzz within that market such that they then helped pull the technology through the manufacturers themselves because they made it a priority for them to say, hey, look, we really do want rechargeability. And so that's been the biggest lesson learned out of this that I wish I had known when I started.
Mm-hmm. What is the most important lesson you've learned from your pursuits?
I think is the most important lesson for us has been to remain flexible. And being that you have a plan in place, but as I'm from the military, and so your first encounter with the enemy is how long your battle plan lasts. And so for us, it's to be able to pivot and change flexibly in response to what the market is doing. Because at the end of the day, we want to succeed. As I say, failure is not an option. So we always look at the market and the customers in order to adjust so that ultimately the company will succeed and bring the product to the market.
What is the vision for ZPower in the future? And can you share anything that you're working on?
Yeah, certainly. So our vision as we look at the world and the evolving world really has to do a lot with what we're seeing in the Internet of Things and the buzzwords we hear about wearables and hearables. We're really about taking our technology into this market for on-body power. We think the world really is going to need small, miniature, high-energy rechargeable batteries to power all these future devices that are in people's minds right now. You think about it and you have an idea that you want to implement, and as we look at it, what will our technology enable people to invent? And so we need to put in place and are putting in place, our plans to to make available to the next generation, current generation of inventors, these high energy batteries now that before simply weren't available, for them to enable new products to happen. And so we're working on intelligent sunglasses, for example, with companies that will be deploying iBeacon technology from Apple such that you can locate your sunglasses if they're lost. We've got one of the leading electronics, or I should say medical device manufacturers in the world, is making coming to market with a new hearing device which will utilize our battery. That device wasn't capable of coming to market until our technology was available. So we're excited about the whole host of things that are just in people's minds right now that our battery technology will enable to come to the market.
Who has inspired you to help build the future, and what have you learned from them?
You know, as I look at exemplars for it, you know, certainly currently I greatly admire Elon Musk, for example, and the reason being is that he's entered into markets that are established, and he's been disruptive to those markets by testing the paradigms, the standard paradigms in those markets. For example, with Tesla, the paradigm that you could never make money on an electric vehicle. The world doesn't want electric vehicles. Well, he certainly now has proven that's not to be the case, and has forged that ahead. I'm actually from the world of rocketry as well in my background, so the world can't build a reusable rocket. You know, that's been one of the challenges to make space travel affordable. It's challenged that paradigm as well. The ideas are not new that he's come up with, but what he's done is taken established ideas and proved that in this generation, you put your mind and your heart and spirit to it, you can make it work. And so I take great inspiration from that as we look to do something similar in the world of batteries.
Okay. And finally, the Edison Awards recognizes the most innovative products, services, and teams from around the world and across all markets. Mm-hmm. What does winning an Edison Award mean to you and to ZPower?
Yeah, so what it means to us is fundamentally it's validation of the work that we've put in to be recognized that we're bringing innovation to the hearing device market, which to start. It's a market that I think is fairly well established, and it really has not had much outside attention in terms of bringing innovation from non-traditional companies that have served it. So for the Edison to actually pick us from what we would consider to be a niche market and recognize us for it really is to us great recognition that the business strategy and the fact that we picked a niche market to focus upon, it was really the right decision for the company. And we're excited to receive the award. It certainly will then reinforce even our efforts in the market in order to further the adoption of rechargeability in hearing aids. Because our goal in life is to change the model from, in this market in the next 5 years, from disposable batteries to rechargeable batteries. It's good for the patient. It's certainly good for the profession. It's also good for the environment. We throw away 1.5 billion hearing aid batteries a year in the landfill. Huge waste. And so our rechargeability is going to change this market, and the Edison Awards certainly will go a significant way towards helping us do that.